Hi everyone and welcome back to chemistry. This is Mrs. Hutchinson. Today we're going to specifically be talking about scientific measurements and scientific notation. Now scientific notation should be a review from prior courses, so I'm going to make this explanation very brief. If you need a more in-depth explanation regarding scientific notation, I have a video, or I will have a video put in the website under additional resources that you can check out. Scientific notation is used to abbreviate a long numerical value. In general, it looks like a number times 10 with an exponent attached. So if we have, say, 5,000, and we want to express that into scientific notation, we want to make this first number between 1 and 10, but not 10. So we want to take our decimal and we want to move it to make it so that number is in between 1 and 10. So we have 5.000 times, we moved it 3 decimal places. Since we moved it 3 decimal places, and since 5,000 is greater than 1, we're going to have a positive exponent of 3. So positive exponents mean that our original value that we are dealing with is larger than 1, is a larger value. A negative exponent means that we're dealing with a smaller value when it's not in scientific notation. Again, all of this should be review. So here are some examples. If we had 0.045, we wanted to put that into scientific notation. We're going to take that decimal and move it 2 places. So we would get 4.5 times 10. And because this original value happens to be less than 1, our exponent must be negative. So we moved it 2 places, so our exponent is now -2. If we take a look at the next part of the question, this is a lot of kilometers. You don't want to be walking this. I believe it is 7 trillion. If I had that right? No, yeah. I think it's 7 trillion. Million, billion, maybe 7 quadrillion. There's too many zeros for me to count at the current moment in time. But this is a long number, lengthy number to write. So we're going to take our decimal, we're going to move it all the way to the front. You don't have to do this every single time. You can just simply put it there. Since this value is greater than 1, that means our exponent is going to be positive. So we have 7.0 times 10 to the 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 10 to the 15th kilometers. So that's definitely more than a trillion. It's a quadrillion. Probably should have done that first. Next one, we have scientific notation. We're going to bring it back into standard notation. So since our exponent is positive, that means that our original value has to be greater than 1. Also, if you know factors of 10, 10 to the third happens to be 1,000. So 5.8 times 1,000, or if we do 5.8 and we move it 1, 2, 3. So 5.8, move that decimal over 3, so we will get 5,800 grams. Our next one, if we wanted to move that to standard notation, we notice that our decimal happens to be, or not our decimal, our exponent happens to be -5, so we know that our value of our number is going to be less than 1. So we're going to take our 2.09, 2.0 9. So we're going to take that decimal and we're going to move it 5 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add in our zeros. And boom, you should get 0.0000209 centimeters. Okay? That is how you're going to do scientific notation. So now what I want you to do is work on this following worksheet. The first questions, you're going to be answering or rewriting the numbers into scientific notation. The second half of the worksheet, you're going to be taking your scientific notation numbers and write them in long form or standard form. So if we had to write 3,000, we're going to take our decimal, we're going to move it 1, I don't understand. We're going to take our decimal and move it 1, 2, 3. So we will get 3.0 times 10 to the third. For number 2, we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 to get 4.5 times 10 to the negative fourth. Here, we're going to take 2.0. We're going to move it 1, 2, 3 to get 2,000. And here, we're going to take our decimal and move it 1, 2 to get 0.0935. Okay? So try all of these out, and when you're done, you can move on to the next video. Have a good one.